Chris Martin shocked. Jungkook did this for Taehyung in LA, ARMY crying, what really happened? Los Angeles, the city of stars and scandals, unexpectedly became the epicenter of a global rumor that shook the very foundations of the K-pop world. For days, headlines screamed with urgency: Taehyung kicked out of HYB, Jungkook defies the label, and Chris Martin left stunned by BTS drama. The story spread like wildfire, sweeping through social media, entertainment blogs, and fan circles. But what really happened? A shocking rumor grips the BTS world. It all began with whispers that Kim Taehyung, lovingly known to fans as V, had been suddenly removed from HYB, BTS's longtime label. According to the rumor mill, he packed his bags, flew to Los Angeles, and decided to settle there temporarily, sparking theories of a deep internal conflict. The most sensational claims suggested that his departure wasn't voluntary but forced. As the alleged fallout brewed, fans were hit with another bombshell. Jungkook, Taehyung's closest friend and fellow BTS member, had apparently dropped everything and flown to LA to support him. In an emotional reunion supposedly captured by paparazzi cameras, Jungkook was said to have embraced Taehyung with tears in his eyes. It didn't stop there, another twist followed. According to the viral posts, Jungkook reached out to Coldplay's frontman, Chris Martin, requesting a secret musical event in LA. This private gathering, attended by only close friends and a handful of ARMY, was described as an intimate show of support for Taehyung, proof that BTS's bond ran deeper than corporate contracts. Chris Martin was said to be stunned by Jungkook's emotional plea. The two reportedly performed a song with deep personal meaning to BTS, turning the atmosphere into a wave of tears and solidarity. Taehyung stood on the small stage, hand in hand with Jungkook, a moment allegedly so powerful that fans present couldn't hold back their emotions. Was this the beginning of BTS's unraveling? Could this be the moment the world's biggest group fell apart? Rumors ignite global panic. As expected, the story exploded online. ARMY around the globe were caught between shock and grief. Fan forums overflowed with speculation. Was Taehyung removed over a contract dispute? Was Jungkook challenging the company's authority to protect his friend? Some fans believed the group was nearing a dramatic split, while others thought this was a bold turning point that would define BTS's legacy as more than just idols, but as real friends who would fight for each other no matter the cost. But then, silence. HYB, BTS, and Coldplay remained quiet for several days. The silence only intensified public curiosity, making the rumor feel more like truth with each passing hour. The truth finally emerges. Just as the emotional storm reached its peak, HYB and BTS representatives finally broke their silence with an official statement. The result? A complete unraveling of everything fans thought they knew. According to the clarification, Taehyung had not been removed from HYB. In fact, his trip to Los Angeles was part of a planned personal schedule, mainly tied to solo music projects and international collaborations. There was no drama, no dispute, and no forced departure. It was all misinformation. What about Jungkook's emotional flight to LA? Also false. Big Hit Music confirmed that Jungkook had been in Korea the entire time, preparing for his upcoming solo activities. The photos of him in LA were old or manipulated, circulated out of context by accounts chasing virality. Even more surprising was Chris Martin's own response. The Coldplay singer took to his official channels to deny any secret concert or emotional plea from Jungkook. "We love BTS and always support them," he wrote. But the rumors going around are completely untrue. A wake-up call for fans and media alike. This story, which had ARMY sobbing and global headlines running wild, turned out to be nothing but a fabrication, an elaborate narrative spun from scraps of misinformation, doctored images, and exaggerated claims. But how did it happen? Experts in the Korean entertainment industry believe this is a textbook example of media manipulation in the digital age. A few speculative posts, likely crafted for clicks and attention, caught fire thanks to the emotional pull they had on a massive, deeply invested fanbase. Once the story started gaining traction, it became almost impossible to control. HYB has stated they will pursue legal action against those who deliberately spread these lies. According to the company, these false stories not only caused public confusion but also placed unnecessary emotional stress on both the artists and their fans. Fans react, relief, reflection, and a renewed call for truth. Once the real story came out, the ARMY community was filled with a mix of emotions: relief that BTS remains united, anger toward media outlets, and a stronger-than-ever desire to protect their idols from damaging gossip. Many fans voiced their frustration on social media, stating that friendships like Jungkook and Taehyung's shouldn't be exploited for fake drama. Others expressed sadness that such an emotional roller coaster had been created out of nothing. Some ARMYs took this as a learning moment, advocating for the fandom to be more skeptical of dramatic online rumors. They reminded each other that in this digital age, emotions can be manipulated with just a few clicks, and even the most loyal fans can be misled. The real story behind BTS's unity. Despite the drama, this situation highlighted something incredibly important: the power of BTS's bond is real, but it's not always going to come wrapped in viral fanfiction. Taehyung and Jungkook have always been close. Their friendship is well documented over a decade of public life. But that doesn't mean every interaction or career move is a rebellion or breakdown. Sometimes, they're just living their lives, creating music, and supporting each other in quiet, private ways. Chris Martin's kind words confirmed that BTS and Coldplay maintain a positive, respectful relationship, but there's no need for a fictional concert to prove it. Final thoughts: the truth behind the tears. This incident became a defining moment in BTS and ARMY's journey, not because something broke, but because it showed just how easily fiction can overshadow fact. The world saw how quickly a story could rise and fall without a shred of evidence. In the end, BTS stands strong, united, and focused on the future. Taehyung is exploring solo opportunities with full support from HYBE. Jungkook is preparing exciting new projects of his own. And the group's bond remains untouched by the noise of social media. What once seemed like the start of a heartbreaking split is now a powerful reminder to think critically, seek facts, and remember that even global superstars deserve privacy and respect. For ARMY, this was an emotional journey. But now that the truth is out, it's time to turn the page and keep walking forward with BTS.